3 years ago today, the game Dolmen was released. I loved Dolmen because the name is fun to say, but sadly, most people did not enjoy Dolmen as much as I did. Critics called the game an uninspired Souls-like with clunky combat, a stupid story, and boring levels full of generic sci-fi hallways, and all of those things are true. However, the one thing Dolmen does have going for it is that in Dolmen, you get a gun that has infinite ammo, and if you think that sounds like it would completely break the Souls-like combat formula, you are correct, because it does. So in this video, I'll be presenting my detailed guide on how to trivialize the entire game Dolmen by using the gun. This video is my gift to the Dolmen community, which is just me and one other person, so I hope that person is watching this. Without further ado, let's start Dolmen. Your loadout is your starting class in Dolmen, and pretty much the only one that you want to even consider is Sharpshooter, because Dolmen is a Souls-like where you have a gun, and having a gun breaks the entire Souls-like experience, as you might expect. Let's get rolling with this Sharpshooter build. Choose the color of your Dolmen. There's a lot of customization in Dolmen. You can make your character look really bad, but I'm gonna stick with default Dolmen to make this guide more timeless. So what is Dolmen?
Dolmen is a crystal whose radiation has interdimensional properties. It makes the membranes that separate universes thinner, making different realities collide.
Of course. So the story of Dolmen is kind of nothing. You kind of just run around and find Dolmen. This is not the channel to come to for a Dolmen lore analysis, although it probably is the only channel that would ever bother to do that. Maybe I should do a Dolmen lore analysis, because I kind of know the lore of Dolmen, which even the developers of Dolmen probably forgot that by now.
Welcome to Revion Prime.
Revion Prime is the planet that the game Dolmen takes place on. Subscribe for more Dolmen facts. So here we are in Dolmen again. After 3 years, I played Dolmen a bunch more, but maybe you haven't seen Dolmen since Dolmen first came out. So Dolmen is a Souls-like. It's got all the classic melee stuff you want from a Souls-like, but it also has a gun, and the gun breaks the whole game. So we will be doing a gun build, because it's very easy. Go away, tutorial. I know how to play Dolmen, although maybe you don't know how to play Dolmen. So here's the thing with Dolmen. See that blue bar? That's my energy. Some guns take energy for the heavy attack, some take it for the light attack. The light attacks will recharge, but the heavy attacks go away permanently. And you can hit the X button to consume one of your flasks, and that gives you more blue goo. And the blue goo is what you use to heal, so you can heal instantly like that. But you have to then recharge your healing resource. And your healing resource and your ranged weapon resource is the same, which is kind of interesting. They did that to disincentivize you from using the gun to cheese the whole game, but that doesn't stop me from doing it, and I'll show you how to do it too. Here's our first enemy. It is a Dementula. You just give him one of these, and he dies, no melee required, and that's the ice damage. Enemies do have certain vulnerabilities, but they don't matter that much because there are two guns that are the best guns that you can get very easily. I will show you those when we reach them. If you go on the Dolmen subreddit, there is a guide to all the enemy resistances and weaknesses and the drop rate for the various crafting materials. And I'll probably link that in like an imager upload in the description, because if the upload on the subreddit ever goes down, that information is lost forever. So I'll preserve that, even though I, of course, know it by heart, because it's Dolmen.
I found a beacon.
Beacons are bonfires in Dolmen. For some reason, this first beacon doesn't let you go to Firelink Shrine, but the second beacon does. So let's go find the second beacon in Dolmen. Take that, box. The first real level in Dolmen is this, the inspiringly named Main Path. You probably want to fight the enemies at least the first time you go through a given area, because they do drop crafting materials and some souls, but there's some farming spots you can get souls way faster in. But you do need the crafting materials for some guns and armor, so you might as well fight through one time to get your money's worth. But then you can do this. So when you hit the Y button in Dolmen, it does that, and depending on what reactor you have equipped, as you can see I have the ice reactor equipped, it does that, and your attacks no longer cost stamina, they cost energy, and that allows you to do elemental damage with your melee weapon, which is a pretty cool system. But the thing that actually makes it worthwhile and good is a glitch that is definitely not intended, where if you hit B and Y back and forth, you can roll forever. Watch me roll forever, even after my stamina runs out. It is kind of a rhythm thing. It's kind of hard to get into the rhythm, but once you do, you can get like 5 rolls in a row. So that's definitely not intended, but that's how you run past every enemy in Dolmen. And now we have a cutscene where the commander finds some Dolmen. Man, I love saying Dolmen. The dreaded Queen Canipti emerges, and so does Tharvis Keep. You have no way of knowing any of these characters, but I know them because they show up later in Dolmen. And if you live in Germany, you can purchase the Queen Canipti collectible figurine. I emailed them and they said they will not ship it to me in America, which makes me very mad, because I'm the only person who even wants that. Now we are in the crater. So the main path is right there, and about 5 seconds away is a new area called the crater. Here's the melee of Dolmen. Go away, energy mode. Here's the melee of Dolmen. It's, you know, it's not very good. The main thing that critics said about Dolmen is that it's a Souls-like where the melee combat is clunky and not very fun, which I do agree with, but you guys gotta use the gun. If you ignore the fact that the game doesn't work very well, and you just use the gun to win every battle, it becomes very fun. It's the same kind of satisfaction you get from cheesing a boss in Dark Souls, or like becoming really OP really early in Dark Souls by abusing your meta knowledge of the map and item layout. There's a certain kind of satisfaction you can get from beating something that is supposed to be hard extremely easily by abusing game mechanics. So when you get to the crater and you say, where do I go? You have to turn around and go back to the main path. The ingenious level design of Dolmen always keeps you guessing. Now entering the main path. Yeah, I just said that, Dolmen, but thank you, I guess. Notice how these webs slow Dolmen down when he steps in them. That is a mechanic used later, but we are going to be skipping that part of the game because it sucks. So don't remember it too hard. So there's the crater down there. You come up through the glob hallway, and here is the second bonfire, and this one lets you go to Firelink Shrine. And there's a guy here. Hi, guy. And here's the ship in Dolmen. This is the Firelink Shrine of Dolmen. This is where you customize your armor to be a different color if you want. Over here is where you level up. You get into the back to tank, and that levels you up. This is the crafter, where you craft stuff. And if you go up the elevator in Dolmen, which I don't know why they put an elevator there, it's just kind of annoying, you meet the blue guy, and the blue guy is how you respawn bosses. Right now, he's gonna give me 2 other reactor cores. Thank you very much for the fire reactor core. And thank you very much for the acid reactor core. And when you kill a boss and come back to him, he can respawn bosses for you, which costs Dolmen. So the use of Dolmen in this is to respawn the bosses so you can farm their custom boss weapons. Dolmen also used to be required to use the multiplayer, like you had to spend Dolmen to summon like humanity in Dark Souls kinda. But I think they got rid of that because it was making, they already had 0 multiplayer players at all. So they decided there was no need to have a hurdle to get into the multiplayer if for some unknown reason 2 people decide they want to play this at the same time. So that was nice of them. Dolmen is indicated by that little crystal guy on the top right of my UI. That's how many Dolmens I have. And you just kind of find them from enemies dropping them. So another reason to kill enemies is they will give you Dolmen. And now we are in the crater proper, and we're on this precarious pathway, and these guys will shoot projectiles at you, but not if you shoot them first. Ouchie, he got me. I'm supposed to be a pro Dolmen player, but I can't even kill this guy. If you notice this gun is shooting kind of slow, it's because once the energy is gone, I have to wait for the energy to refill in order to be able to use it again. There's an easy way around that though. Some of the first weapons you're able to craft in Dolmen are these guns, and these guns are very good. They're probably better than the rifle, to be honest. And you can put a bunch of crap that enemies drop on your gun to give it like +1 more damage. And now I have an ice zone pistol, which I can put in my secondary slot. So now I have the rifle and I also have the pistol. And the thing that makes the pistol better is that it costs less energy per shot, so you get more shots, and it does similar damage to the rifle. So I prefer using the pistol in the early game here. The ice rifle is not amazing, in my opinion. I'm not claiming to be the arbiter of all things Dolmen here, even though I am. You can use the ice rifle if you really want to. So you come up out of the crater, you dust off these cobwebs, and just like that, the elevator is online, but don't use it yet because you go through here instead. You may question the usefulness of me giving a step-by-step walkthrough to the Dolmen level like this, but if you ever decide to play this game, you might not remember all these steps, but your brain will. You'll subconsciously know where to Dolmen. Golman? You'll subconsciously know where to go in Dolmen. I shortened go in Dolmen to Golman for convenience there. Things that are highlighted in blue can be interacted with, and it says, the amount of Dolmen extracted so far is still insufficient to reach the necessary energy output. So most of them are lore, but some of them do open a door. So you should hit A on all of them just in case, but most of them just tell you the story of Dolmen. This is the story of Dolmen. There were some miners mining Dolmen, but then some aliens came because they wanted the Dolmen for themselves, and then they killed them. And I don't really know where the zombies came from, but there is also zombies in Dolmen. They know how to shoot fireballs. So that's the lore of Dolmen. Hello, secret character. Thank you, please take this. When you find these guys, they give you parts for weapons, and some of the weapons are good, but you don't really need them, so don't worry about it too much. This guy is by this bonfire, in case you really want to find him, and you will find him. You can't possibly miss him. So we're back in the ship right before the first boss. Let's go into the level up tube, and I can explain the leveling up in Dolmen. So you have con, endurance, energy, strength, skill, science. Skill and science is what is going to give you upgrades to your gun damage, so you want to pump those up, and you want to pump energy up as well, because that gives you your gun gun ammo and also allows you to wear some high tier armor. And con, endurance, and strength don't matter at all if you're not doing melee, so ignore them. I would suggest going into science early on. So we're gonna pump up science for more scientific damage. Now we are entering the Dementula's nest, the twisted monster that is the first boss of Dolmen. Behold the horror of the Dementula. It is one of the spider guys that we've been fighting, but the model is much larger. It just upscaled their trash mob. How terrifying. I think Obi-Wan fought this guy in Attack of the Clones. So here's how you kill Dementula. You just do this. And then occasionally Dementula will jump at you, and then you just dodge out of the way. And occasionally Dementula will summon babies, and then you just kill them, and then continue doing this. Ow, don't hit me. That's how you dodge jump. You can go in for melee hits on Dementula after she jumps if you're trying to speedrun Dolmen, but if you want to do a slow and steady wins the race type Dolmen playthrough, this is really the way to go. Everybody loves when a boss summons a bunch of trash mobs that just annoy you and get in the way. It's really fun mechanic that Dolmen definitely has. So yeah, for the optimal Dementula kill, you want to be going for a melee attack right there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm too much of a coward. I'm afraid of Dementula. Go away, babies. I'm supposed to be a pro at Dolmen, babies. I'm a Dolmen professional. I cannot die to the babies in Dolmen. The good news is she's out of babies. Oh, what? Dodge, and then give me my health back. Even for a pro Dolmen player like me, things can still go wrong. It is a Souls-like. You can still die very fast. And just like that, Dementula has been vanquished. And I got a lot of crafting materials and a lot of souls to level up my Dolmen. And here comes a cutscene. Dementula has red cobwebs. And when Dementula is dead, you can go into the red cobwebs.
Interesting.
It's not that interesting, but see, now I can kill this. Yeah, I couldn't kill it before because it was red. Red cobwebs are very sturdy somehow. Now we enter the robot zone, where the enemies are all robots, and you think the robots would be weak to the green damage, but for some unknown reason they're weak to fire, which doesn't make sense because they're robots, but whatever. Just shoot them from a distance. They have guns though, so you do have to bob and weave back and forth, and sometimes they will pop that shield that will reflect back at you, so watch out for that. But it's not that deep. You just kind of give them the old Space Invaders, and they die. Now there is a lot of enemies in this area. This is like a huge robot zone. There's so many robots here. So I would advise you to go very slow and aggro the robots one at a time and then shoot them, which is not fun at all. But it is the best way to get through here. You can do the infinite roll trick to roll spam through, but only if you know which way you're going. I know which way I'm going, but I'm assuming a new player won't. So I will fight all the robots for demonstration purposes. Watch out, because I have seen more than one person on Twitch quit Dolmen at this exact point. Because when you walk over here, there's an ambush where 3 more guys spawn, but they don't spawn, they're up there. If only you would look upward, you would know that they were there, and you wouldn't have to rage quit the game and say it's unfair. If you just pay attention to your environment in Dolmen, you will see the ambushes before they happen, except for all the times that doesn't work because they spawn behind the corner. The thing about Dolmen is it's tough but fair, except it's not fair. And also it's not really that tough either. So it all balances out. When you reach the room with 3 doors, hit A on this, even though it doesn't really signpost that can be interacted with. It can, and that will give you access to this door over here. And when you go into this door, wow, I hope it's not a trap. Oh my God, a guy fell from the sky and he's gonna get me. But not if I get the item and hit the button to open the other door and then just give him the old roll. Bye-bye. That guy drops decent souls, but he has a lot of health, so eh. The door I just unlocked leads to the Twin Guardians boss fight, or Twin Sentinels, I forget what they're called. There's 2 robots you gotta fight back to back. There's a sword guy and a gun guy. The sword guy is really easy, and the gun guy is also really easy. Ignore that guy sucked. He got stabbed and thrown at the wall, but that won't happen to Dolmen. If you can lure him into these blue balls, then he will have to go down, and you can melee him a bunch. But who needs to do that when there's a much better strategy? Clear out these boxes because they're in the way, and then you kite him around the stairs forever and he can't hit you, and you just shoot him. A pretty good boss cheese tactic in Dolmen, if I do say so myself. This may not be most people's idea of a fun and thrilling engagement, but for me it's fun, because I found a way to just cheat and beat him for free. And that's what happens when he gets hit by the blue ball. He kneels down, and you can go punch him a few times, but I prefer the gun to punching. There we go, he is dead. That was 1 of 2. Now prepare yourself for the fury of the Ancient Ranger. A guy who, just like me, enjoys shooting guns, and he has suicide drones that you gotta do that too, or else they'll kill you. But other than that, it's a straight up cowboy shootout. You just stay all the way across the arena from each other and shoot. So there's not really a cheese for him, you just kind of stay away and shoot. Because the cheese is that he's extremely easy. Ancient Ranger, I enjoyed our range battle greatly, but now you are dead. Vahani are the original inhabitants of Revion Prime, the first intelligent civilization on the planet. Its ruins and temples are scattered all around, but no one knows what caused their extinction. Probably the Ancient Ranger did. So the next boss after the Ancient Soldier does require some melee, but my build has no melee at all. But I can get a decent melee weapon that scales off of my ranged statistics by going to the blue guy and refighting those Ancient Soldiers 2 more times. So I will do that. I'm really not sure why in Dolmen you have to farm each boss a couple times to get their boss weapon. It feels like they should just drop their boss weapon because there just adds endless tedium to fight them 2 more times. They should really patch that out of Dolmen and just give it to you for free when you kill them, but they won't. I don't think Dolmen will ever receive another update again because it was last updated 3 years ago. If I had a genie and 3 wishes, a minor balance patch for Dolmen would certainly be one of them. The other one is that Hayes actually succeeded in becoming a Halo killer, and that the most iconic quote in gaming history is now, "I'm a carnivore, a real meat eater."
I'm a carnivore, a real meat eater.
That would be a good one because it wouldn't mess with the timeline. You know, if you go back in time and like mess with time, if you like mess with the historical event, you're in big trouble because you don't know how you're going to affect the future. But if Hayes the game was successful, I don't think that would change the future that much. It would just be kind of funny for me because I would know. I'd be like, dude, Hayes sucks. He's a carnivore. And now I have the final part I need for my Ancient Calrath. So the reason we want the Ancient Calrath is because it is a melee weapon that scales with science, which is what I put all my points into. It's one of the only melees that scales with the same stat that range scales with. So for a range build, it's pretty good. So yeah, you really want to dump a lot of points into science. You can start dumping points into skill after you have enough to wield the Ancient Calrath effectively, because skill and science both affect different elements differently, but early game science is best for the Ancient Calrath reason I previously stated. After you fight the twins, you will come to this door. Watch out, this door is a mean trick. It puts you in a loading screen and you're like, oh, okay, we're loading. I can maybe take a break, you know, get up, eat some, no, enemy. Oh my God, enemy. I was gonna eat some Doritos, but now I gotta fight this guy. So that guy is mean and probably shouldn't be there. But what are you gonna do? That's Dolmen for you. Here's a red kill ball from Halo Forge. You might think you die instantly if you touch it, but no, you lose a little bit of health and it's not even an inconvenience. Okay, sure. The corporation, the capital C corporation, showed little interest in the Vahani scriptures until they found the first samples of Dolmen. From then on, the crystal became an obsession. One of the factions in Dolmen is the corporation, capital C corporation, which I find incredible. They really just did not care. Who's the bad guy? How about the corporation? Yeah, sure, whatever. It's just Dolmen.
You seem to be in a zone of electrostatic liquid.
Yeah, I noticed. Don't step in the water or you'll die in this area. Except you don't die, it just kind of hurts you. It's like Dark Souls lava. It's not good for you, but you can survive it. So first thing you want to do is hit this button. That's one of 3 buttons. If the bugs in this area are giving you a problem, just do this. Just walk in a circle and they can't hit you. Gotta love Dolmen. Fun fact, when I first played Dolmen, I was completely and helplessly lost here until a QA tester for Dolmen told me where to go. I will now show you. Run past these red blobs. And then here is a devious scheme. You gotta walk on the big brick or else you will fall to your death instantly. You can heal through the kill balls by spamming heal, and then you gotta go this way. You have to go up this little path. I did not notice that on my first playthrough of Dolmen until somebody told me how to do it. So thank you, Stormblood12, I think was their name in Twitch. A true hero of the Dolmen community. At the end of Ball Hallway, you will find that one. That's pipe 3. Pipe 2 is back into the Ball Hallway. So you come through the Ball Hallway again, hit pipe number 2, and there you go. Now you can play Dolmen. Now if you play Dolmen, you won't be stuck for an hour like I was in Dolmen. Now entering the Queen's Domain. This is where Queen Canipti lives. She's probably the most annoying boss fight in this whole game, and she's very early on. They really put a lot of stuff at the beginning of this that will make people want to quit forever, which might not have been the smartest move. When you reach the end of the Queen's Domain, which you will in like a minute, because it's very short, you get this bonfire, which is the best bonfire for farming Dolmen early in the game. You get a better one later. But early in the game, this is the best place to farm Dolmen crystals, which again, you need for boss refights. So you just come outside and you kill these little bug guys and you run back and they respawn again, and it's endless fun for the whole family. I have probably spent a solid 2 hours doing this, which is very sad. And if you want to end up just like me, purchase Dolmen for $19.99. Also with this bonfire, you might notice Rick and Morty Easter egg. Look, it's Rick's portal from Rick and Morty, dude. I have no idea if that's an intentional Rick and Morty reference, but given that that little green swirl appears nowhere else in the game, I have to assume the answer is yes. So, yeah, Rick and Morty, yeah. Morty, you gotta buy the Rick and Morty 5e starter set. Oh, geez, I don't know, Rick, that seems dumb. Who would buy this? So I said Queen Canipti is an annoying boss fight for many reasons. Reason number 1, observe her pointless boss run. I don't know why games have these anymore. Because even Elden Ring realized boss runs suck and don't do them and gave you Stake of America. Here it comes, the best line in Dolmen. Ready?
Should I look for other sources of Dolmen?
Yeah. Should I look for other sources of Dolmen? It's so good. Should I look for other sources of Dolmen? Yeah, you should. Find Dolmen. That line is sort of like the chicken jockey of Dolmen. Fans love that iconic line, and we're still running to Queen Canipti. Where is she? Queen Canipti, I'm here to fight you. The giant dolmen adorning your head will soon be mine. So here's Queen Canipti. Queen Canipti starts off with tentacles that you just kind of run up and hit with the Ancient Cowrath, and it's not that bad. Once you kill her tentacle phase, she goes into much more annoying phases. You can do a little bit of pistol chip damage, but really not much at all. She's really immune to range, which kind of sucks for my build. So this one is you gotta dodge all her tentacles that come up, and sometimes you kinda can't, depending on where they spawn. For this one, you just gotta run away from them, which is kinda dumb. What's next, Queen Canipti? What else do you have up your foul sleeves? So Queen Canipti will do this and make the arena into a melee area where you cannot hide in the back. You have to go up and face her, and souls like dodge through her tentacles. And she does this move a random number of times. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's a lot. Then she does this for a while. She goes, ugh. Then she goes, ugh. And this is also for a random number of times. Sometimes it's like 2, and sometimes it's like 15 is the highest I've seen. And after all that effort, she does a big slam, and that's when you get your damage in. And that big slam will kill you in one hit, so don't get hit by it, or you get to run all the way back. Some of her other melee moves are just kind of jank. Like, I hate that one so much. Now, Queen Canipti makes the arena very small, and you gotta fight her in melee, and the camera does not behave. So this part of Queen Canipti, I'm gonna be honest, is a complete crapshoot. This is the part where I usually die, if I'm gonna die. Which I think I am gonna die, yeah, great. Even for a pro Dolmen player like myself, Queen Canipti always takes a few tries, because that final phase is just a nightmare. It's just no good. That's why they made a statue of her. They made Queen Canipti figurines and sold them. Who's gonna want that? Oh, that was the worst possible time to use that. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Or I'm not, or I'm the best Dolmen player alive. Let's go, Dolmen. That's why they paid me the big bucks. Who is the they in this scenario? Well, let's just say they don't exist. Time for melee mode again. Let's try again. Don't get greedy on Queen Canipti. That's how you lose. There we go. I got Queen Canipti. Only 2 tries? Not bad. Last time I fought Queen Canipti, it took me 5 tries. Take that, Queen Canipti. I hate you. Yeah, that'll show her. Good job, Dolmen. Oh, wow, a source of Dolmen. Thus ends Act 1 of Dolmen. Now we get to go outside for like 30 minutes and then go back inside to the sci-fi hallway for the rest of the game. But there is a brief outdoor part. Wow, what a beautiful wasteland full of acid goo. At least it's not a hallway. Behold, my favorite data pad in Dolmen. The corporation doesn't care about drillers' problems. The corporation only cares about the corporation's problems. They will leave us here to die. A strong anti-corporate sentiment echoes through the storyline of Dolmen. Who could have thought the capital C corporation was not the good guys? Also, I don't know who the corporation is. I have no clue. My guy might actually be working for the corporation, because the ending of the game is like somebody's like, I will tell the chairman about this incident. So maybe it's like the chairman of the corporation, but I don't know. I don't want to believe in my heart that Dolmen was a bad guy the whole time. I want Dolmen to be a good guy. Dimentula was the Acklay from Star Wars Attack of the Clones, and now here's the Reek from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. The Reek isn't really a problem for Padme, though. She rides the Reek around. The Nexu is a thing that tears Padme's clothes off. You should watch out for the Nexu. There's not really a Nexu in Dolmen, unfortunately. Be gone, Reek. Go get shot by Boba Fett. The armor you want for the range build is the Zoan Cosmos armor. So just throughout your playthrough, craft some Zoan Cosmos armor whenever you can. Once you have enough energy to wear it though, you can just kind of ignore energy forever and put it into damage stats of skill and science. So there's set bonuses depending on your weapons and armor. They give you perks in one of these 3 trees, and the Zoan Cosmos will get you pretty far in the human tree. And the human tree gives you 50% more battery recovery, whatever that means. It's good, you want it. And also you want ranged weapon damage by 10, which is not that good, but it's something. When you enter the realm of the laser scorpions, take care because they shoot a big laser. That laser looks pretty cool, actually. They shoot a big laser at the ground, so just avoid where they're aiming and you won't die. I've never died to them in my whole life because they're so easy to avoid, but they can get you. So when you enter the laser scorpion's lair, if you come over here, it's like the first elevator you see on the left. If you go up that elevator and you run all the way back here, and you come to this door, this is where the corrupted Dimentula lives, which is an optional boss This one and the next boss, Pharaoh Nightmare, are optional. You pick one, and once you kill one, you get to keep going. I would suggest fighting Pharaoh Nightmare and not this one, because this one, first of all, it sucks. The fight is really bad. And second of all, the weapon you get from Pharaoh Nightmare is extremely good. So this is kind of a waste of time. Don't really go in there, but you can if you want to. There's more red web there, and Dementula is in there. So it's the same fight as the first Dementula, except it has a lot more health. And also its move is it can put webs all over the battlefield, and if you step in the web, you can't move fast and you can't dodge. So it just sucks. It's just not fun. I don't want to lose all my souls by entering the arena and showing you, but you just gotta believe me. Take it from a Dolmen expert. You do not want to fight Corrupted Dementula. If you think I'm wrong, and you think I suck at Dolmen, and you think Corrupted Dementula is really easy, then why not buy Dolmen for $19.99 and check it out for yourself? This video is showing you everything in Dolmen except for that. There are still some mysteries to uncover for yourself. I will point out though that Dolmen does not have a poison swamp. It does have a part where there's like poison ground, but you're never required to walk in it. It's just a hazard. So if you're a poison swamp fan, this is unfortunately not the game for you. There is talk among the workers that the corporation has sealed off one of the Vahani archaeological sites. They say they want to preserve the place, but I wonder if those are the real intentions. Maybe they want to hide something. Oh, I'm dead. He just dropped dead after writing that. That's the next boss arena over there. That's where Pharaoh Nightmare spawns. Now, the run-up to him is very annoying as well, because there's many, many bugs that might kill you on your way. But I do have a method to glitch him that works about half the time, so hopefully it works. I played Dolmen too much when I have a method to glitch Pharaoh Nightmare in my back pocket. Who has that? Who knows how to glitch Pharaoh Nightmare? That's not knowledge a human should have. Even the devs don't have it, because they would have patched it out. It's time to face the ferocious Pharaoh Nightmare. What form will he take? Oh, it's a giant bug. Wow, it's one of the flying guys, but his model is scaled up. That's cool. So here's my method to glitch Pharaoh Nightmare. As soon as the battle starts, you gotta go over here and start shooting this pod down. Because he heals with these pods. He sucks them up and heals. So you wanna kill all the pods. So you kill that pod, then he walks over here towards you, like, oh, you killed my pod. Wait for him to strike, roll past him. This is very important, remember the order. You then have to go straight across. You cross straight across a circular arena and kill this one next, then repeat the process. It's gonna be really dumb if this doesn't work, but it does work sometimes, you gotta believe me. I really hope it works. Come on, Pharaoh Nightmare. Come defend your hive. There we go. And wait for Pharaoh Nightmare to walk over here. Hello, Pharaoh Nightmare. Oh no, it's that one. That one knocks you off the platform. That move is scum. Okay, now, you want to turn right. After you do the reverse one, you want to go to the right one. And it might not work because he used a different move than usual. If he does a melee, it is more likely to work. But if it worked, he is now glitched. Let's see, did it work? Did it work? Where'd he go? Oh, it didn't work. If it works, he's going to be standing right there and not able to move. But he used a different move than the melee. When he melees, it's more likely to work. Oh well. I already have footage of the Pharaoh Nightmare glitch on camera in my previous Dolmen video, but I didn't trigger it on purpose that time. I would have liked it to work when I did it on purpose. Maybe it'll work right now. Hey, it worked right now. Nice. Perfect. Pharaoh Nightmare, you cannot move. There you go. All right, I feel good about that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you semi-reliably glitch the boss Pharaoh Nightmare in the game Dolmen. Some of the most useless knowledge my brain possesses is now yours. Yay. Don't I feel accomplished? Let's go fight Pharaoh Nightmare 2 more times to get Pharaoh Nightmare's gun, which is the best corrosive gun in the game. And for some reason, all the endgame boss's weakness is corrosion. I'm happy to report that the glitch worked again. Yay. And Pharaoh Nightmare has been killed 3 times, which gives me the Pytoplasma, which gives you what I need to craft his gun. There is a part where you fight a big worm. There he is. Die, big worm. To fight him, you just shoot him, and then when he shoots ooze at you, you just kind of dodge. It's one of those video game sandworms where it's like they make a giant sandworm and then it's just really lame when you fight them. Because the mechanics of Dolmen do not have what it takes to do a fight like that justice. They just can't do it. But he's a kind of cool environmental hazard as a one-time enemy. And thus the great Shai Hulud was killed by a little crappy pistol. R.I.P. Shai Hulud. You were not that good. Now it's time to face the dreaded Zalan Keep, who actually looks like he's from Dark Souls because he flies and he's got a cape and he's got 2 swords. He's weak to green, which is why I just farmed that green gun. So he's got that kind of a move. You gotta watch out for that one. He teleports behind you. Nothing personnel, but it is kind of personnel. You know, it always hurts a little bit when he gets stabbed in the back. He doesn't have the most varied moveset, but it is kind of some tight timing windows when you dodge him. There's not really a good time to get your energy back, which kind of sucks. I can try it right now. Let's see. Okay, after that works. Good to know. Now he just kind of appears from the sky. I hate this attack. Yeah, I hate that one. That one's annoying because the camera is against you. Him and the camera conspire to make you not be able to see him. You beat Renala in Elden Ring? Whatever, loser. Call me when you beat Zalan Keep in Dolmen. Then maybe I'll take your skills seriously. He has a funny blow-up animation. Watch this. Was that funny? Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, loading screen. Hi, loading screen. I didn't get a choice. I just got teleported here because I think they forgot to put an interconnective part. So you just kind of spawn here. Oh, well. So much for an immersive world, Dolmen. So at this point, Dolmen becomes a run past him type game. There's a lot of very annoying guys that will spawn and try to kill you. And the level design is a straight line now, and it's just like a sci-fi hallway, and it's not interesting at all. So just run past all these bad guys, who cares? Now we're at the giant reactor room. Watch out for that red guy over there. Look at these guys. I think they're gonna catch me. That's so adorable. They don't know I have infinite rolling. Hit A on these blue panels. After the blue buttons are hit, turn around and run back the way you came. And all the guys you didn't kill will still be there, but just run past them again. It'll be fine. These rope guys that like spin their arm, they block your shots and they're very annoying to kill. So I don't ever kill them. Sometimes I will kill this robot because screw you, robot, you suck. But I'm never gonna kill those rope guys. Here we see the weakness of Operation Run Past Him. You can get killed because this room has a million gun guys. Your mileage may vary with Operation Run Past Him if you're not a pro like me. Here comes a new enemy type in the old lab of Dolmen. It's this weird ghost guy. He's weak to corrosion, so good thing I farm for the corrosion gun, because I just back away and do this and he can't get me. When you kill them, they do a little scream like they're gonna explode and hurt you, but they don't actually hurt you. They just blow up and don't cause damage. Those guys are good to farm because their loot pool is all the high tier stuff you need for end game items, and they drop Dolmen pretty frequently, and they drop good amount of souls. Cryo Metal Epic, Nicky Boom parts, that's what you like to see. The Nicky Boom is one of the two good guns. The other one is this corrosive gun. That's one of the better guns. The Nicky Boom and this corrosive pistol are my two favorite weapons in Dolmen. There might be some better ones. If you watch other Dolmen players, they prefer different range weapons. Some people use the ice rifle, which again, what are you thinking? Never use the ice rifle. Hopefully I can find another Nicky Boom part and get that going before the final boss, because that bad boy deletes the final boss in like 45 seconds. It's glorious. It's time to face Dr. Laboja. Inside of the test tube, Dr. Laboja sleeps. What horrible monstrosity did they turn themselves into with the alien goo? Oh no, it's a big guy. Oh my god, look out for Laboja. I will now demonstrate how to defeat Dr. Laboja. Look out for the jump and then do this. Congratulations. You have defeated Dr. Laboja. If you stand right next to Laboja and strafe, they cannot get you. So there you go. Pretty good boss battle in Dolmen. Good design. If you fight Dr. Laboja normally, they have like a charge move and a ground pound and a big slam. They got everything you would expect that kind of guy to have, but this is way easier. So needless to say, Dr. Laboja is a pretty good soul farm at this point in the game to level up with, although you do need 3 Dolmens to fight him again, which kind of sucks. But the kill is not exactly challenging. There we go. R.I.P. Laboja.
Looks like a greenhouse.
Greenhouse? More like a purple house. So this area of Dolmen is a confusing nightmare. I really don't like it at all. So follow my guide of how to navigate it. When you see this mushroom with the golden light, you must go up and to the left. And watch out for these canipties. There's a guy right here with a weird siren. Then you have to walk onto this branch, which I did not realize that was a thing for a long time. The first time I played Dolmen, I did not know the branch could be walked on. So you have to do this, which is kind of unintuitive for Dolmen. Then you come down here, down this branch. I suggest getting on this little cliff type guy. He's more useful than running down all the way. So you use this little cliff type guy and walk around these flowers carefully though. Be careful. And right down here is a bonfire. Hello, bonfire. I have no idea if that's the intended way of getting through the greenhouse, but it is the fastest and easiest way. A multiplayer beacon that could only mean one thing, that General Vesib lies ahead. He's a tanky guy with a hammer. So for General Vesib, he has a lot of cool moves, and he can kill you in one hit with his little ultimate slam move. This rock move sucks. I always get hit by this one because his animation like starts when the rock is already coming at you, and this jump will kill you in one hit, so don't get hit by that. Let's go ahead and dodge out of the way of that bad boy. Here comes a lot of rocks. When he has 5 rocks, he throws 1, and then he does another jump move. That, again, will kill you. So, I mean, you won't die in 1 hit if you actually leveled up Constitution at all, but I didn't. I put it all into guns, baby. And don't be worried by his purple health bar that has a red health bar beneath it. All you have to do is kill the purple health. I'm not sure why he has 2 health bars, but it's just a normal health bar that looks weird. And I'm dead. I hate that rock move, dude. Unfortunately for Vesib, I have crafted the Nikki Boom gun, which is extremely strong. So he's done. He's got no chance. Oh my god, look at that damage. 222 damage per shot. Nikki Boom, how I love you. When he reaches half health, he will activate phase 2, where his hammer goes into a portal and kind of flies around the arena. So watch out for that. Just give it up, Vesib. I have a powerful pistol at my disposal. All he has is rocks. What's it gonna do? Ray Skywalker me? Okay. Hope you're enjoying this ultimate guide to Dolmen. Be sure to subscribe for more Dolmen guides from the world's best Dolmen player. That's why some gamers who are weak level up their health, so that does not happen to them. Die, General Vesib, please die. Please die. Please. See, I'm a pro Dolmen player. Those deaths were fake. I was just joking about how bad I am. I'm actually really good. By killing him, I got enough energy to equip my Zone Cosmos armor, so now my human tech tree has battery refill, and soon I'll have gun damage. There is only one more boss in the whole game, so it's a little bit too late for this to actually matter, but it's nice to have. With my new cool football armor, I will enter the veterinary center. So first, this guy pops up from around the corner, and you blast him, and these turrets help you, which is nice. These turrets will contain him and help you kill him. Take that, feral ghoul. If you go in there, there's 2 guys. There's another zombie guy right here you can kill. It's a very good farming spot because the zombie guys drop a lot of souls and don't take any effort to kill, and it has infinite space to back up, and you can just shoot them. And unfortunately, if you want to get all the achievements in Dolmen, you will have to do some extreme amounts of farming. I'm talking like several hours of standing here doing it. Ask me how I know. The materials farming in Dolmen is really pretty poorly thought out because most of the end game stuff can be dropped by like any of the end game enemies in the laboratory area. So if you need one specific part, it's incredibly hard to get it because every enemy you kill first has to roll that they drop something, and then they have to roll on the drop table to drop the specific thing you need. You can't like target an individual guy to get an individual part for the end game stuff. So it makes the end game farming very brutal. I would not recommend it. Now entering the pinnacle. You've reached the pinnacle of Dolmen. Prepare to have the ultimate skills tested. Time to face the final boss of Dolmen. Welcome to your destiny. It's a giant laser beam that goes into the sky. How original. Hello, Dolmen. I've been waiting for you. As you can see, I have glowing red eyes, indicating that I am the bad guy of Dolmen. Look out, it's Tharvis Keep. He will do that to you. He's the final boss of Dolmen. So he's a little bit tougher than the rest of the bosses. I wouldn't exactly call myself a Dolmen fraud for dying to him. General Vesib, yeah, I'm a fraud for dying to that guy. He's not even that good. This guy's, he's a little bit tough. His attack is kind of fast. What the heck was that? I didn't know he had that move. Okay, so he has a move where you just die. So watch out for that one. Die, Tharvis. There we go. Tharvis is dead in Dolmen. And he makes you think he'll have a second phase by hovering in the air in that cutscene, but he actually just dies. The game's over. You can tell because the cutscene becomes pre-rendered. So let's enjoy as the laser beam shoots an alien whale that was inside of the sun. I don't have any idea what this means. And here comes a giant tentacles. They're gonna get you. But little did he know, Dolmen rigged the tower to blow up, so he just got blowed up. And Tharvis made the foolish decision to uncover his face to look more intimidating, so he just gets killed by a nuke. But Dolmen is wearing a robot suit, so Dolmen is fine. And then Dolmen wakes up in the Dolmen hospital.
Sorry for the inhospitable accommodations, Commander.
That's okay, Green Lady, I forgive you.
But we have to make sure we don't leave traces of Dolmen on your body.
Oh, Dolmen left a trace on my body, that's for sure. As long as I live, I will never forget Dolmen. In Dolmen 2, there will be an entire team of Dolmen and Dolwomen ready to fight, except Dolmen 2 will never get made. That was Dolmen. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth guide of how to cheese Dolmen. If you want to play a game that is not very good and complete it in a way that is not very fun, then follow my Dolmen tips. Purchase Dolmen and beat Dolmen.